Hello, everybody. I had a comment on one of the videos about not being able to connect to the soft PLC, and I had replied to it about the firewall. So what we're gonna do is I already have my old Windows 10 PC up and running, and I uninstalled everything. So we have our install file here from the last time that from the first video that I ever did. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and install this again. And I'm going to go ahead and go through that and show you what could possibly happen. Now, if you notice on the screen here, it says this is a CODESYS version 64-bit 3.5.20 Service Pack 3. As long as you have a on your development environment on the other one as a Service Pack 20.1 or greater, you can still connect and download to this. So we're just going to go ahead and click yes. So we're just going to go ahead and redo this video really quick. We need to install this, so we'll go ahead and do that. And I'm going to pause the video real quick so that way it doesn't get too long for everybody. So now you can see that it's already installed that, and now we are installing, getting ready to install actual CODESYS. Hopefully everybody's having a fantastic day, and I know it doesn't look like it's doing much right now, but it is actually working in the background. I've complained about this to CODESYS and a few other manufacturers, but we're gonna just wait on it, and now we're gonna go ahead and get started. So now we're gonna click next, and we're just gonna have to accept. So we're gonna, yes, we've read that. We're gonna install it there. That's fine. The standard stuff, right? And the architecture for this is I just have a dumb TP-Link switch. Everything's just my machine that I'm recording on is connected to that switch via Ethernet cable, and my old rig is up underneath the desk, and it's connected via over there, and I just did RDP for it. So we're just sitting here waiting on this, and then we'll go ahead and get started. Alrighty, so now what happens is you can do a complete install, and you can do this if on your plant floor, manufacturing floor, or if you've got a remote machine um, that you can team viewer into or remote VNC, and you want to leave the program on there. But if you want to turn it into a straight just PLC, I'm just going to go ahead and do custom, and then I'm going to tell it to not do the full CODESYS version, and I only want the control in the gateway. And so then we just click next. And then it says open Windows Firewall to allow access. So we can click this. Sometimes CODESYS does a good job at this, and sometimes it doesn't. And Windows will flip flop it sometimes. And this is where the comment came from. And I'm going to show you how to overcome this. So let's go ahead and click next, and now I click install, and I'm going to go ahead and pause the video while I wait on that. Alrighty, so everything just got done, finished installing, so we're just gonna go ahead and click finish. And as you can see down here in our tray, we have our gateway service down here, and it is running right now. And then this is gray, our CODESYS control. So this is our PLC. So I'll go ahead and show you how we're gonna how that'll look right now. And as you can see, I've got a 3.5 service pack. I'll just go ahead and show it right here. So service pack 20 patch 4, but I installed a patch 3 CODESYS control, and that's completely fine. You can do that. And I'm going to start a new project. We're going to do a standard project, and we'll just call this Firewall. And we want to be sure to select our proper one. And I've got a lot of stuff on here. But what we just installed was this one right here. CODESYS Control Windows V3 64-bit CODESYS. And that's what we want. So if you did the 32-bit, it would be this one right here. So, but we installed the 64-bit. So we're going to click this one, your PLC PRG program that it just automatically starts you with. You can select ladder or function block diagram, structured text, whichever one you want. And we're going to go ahead and click OK. And what we're going to do now is we can come here, and then CODESYS will actually, just like before, it has its own little communication thing. But I'm going to go ahead and come over here, right click on there on the device and say add device, and I'm going to do an Ethernet adapter, and then I'm going to select that. I'm going to say add device, and our IP address over there from our previous videos, and I just know it is .9. When we browse for it, that's after it doesn't know where it's at yet. So this is what some people are having a problem with. As you can see, I just scan, and then I said hide non-matching devices filtered by ID. So we can undo that. It's going to scan again, but there's still nothing available. That is because our PLC is not running. So I'm gonna go ahead and right click this and turn this on. And then we're gonna scan network again. And you see how we still are not getting anything. And this is completely normal. And you also need to remember that on the CODESYS free, if you don't put a license on it, it's only going to run, that soft PLC is only going to run for 2 hours. So let's go back to our soft PLC that we're doing, and we can see that our CODESYS control PLC is running and our gateway is running, but we still can't connect to it. But if we come down here and we try to ping our PC over there, it's obviously pinging, right? Because we're remote desktop to it, so we know our network communication is good. So the next thing is we're going to go over here, and we're going to go to settings and Windows 10, update and security, and then Windows security. And then it says firewall and network protection. So we're going to go here, and we see we have all of our firewalls on. And then I'm going to click allow an app through a firewall. Now remember, we did these check boxes, but I was telling you about how Windows kind of messes that up. So after you click on that, this opens up, depending upon if you have a Windows 10 IoT, who you got it from. You'll have to click this change settings box. So we can do that. And so these are the network types, if we have private or public. And I'm just going to scroll down, and I'm going to look for CODESYS. Okay, so I've got a few different profiles on here. That's why it looks like there's a few of these on here. But the one we just installed here says CODESYS Control Service, so that's our PLC. We notice that on a private network, this box is checked, but on a public network, it is not checked. So I'm going to go ahead and check this box. Then I'm going to scroll down and look for our gateway services. And here's our new one here, and see how it is the same thing. So I'm going to go ahead and check that box right there and click OK. So now we should be able to connect and download our very simple little project to there. So while this is running, and now is that, and just to, the reason why I did that, and you can change this, is, see, because the Ethernet network that we're on, it says it's unidentified and it's a public network, so that's why I clicked that box and allowed CODESYS to do that. So now we're going to come back here and I'm going to click scan network, and then bam, this is our device that is running on our Windows 10. And so now we're able to search for it via the CODESYS gateway service and the control, but the PLC side has to be running in order for this to happen. This piece right here, this has to be running. If it's stopped, this will not show up still. So we're going to come back here, we're going to click OK, and then it might remember what it was from our other video. If not, it's going to ask you to put this password and do it again. And so then we're just going to click that, and yes, we want to download our project, and it's downloading, and then you can click the start or F5 key and our PLC is running. And just a reminder, we're going to go back to our soft PLC, and each time you restart, okay, it's going to, when you install it new, it's, the services are not going to be right. So you can come down here to administrative tools, or you can go through the other menus if you want, and you want to go to component services. It's just a quick little refresher. So we're going to double click on services, and then we can come down here to where it says CODESYS control, because 3.5, this is the one that we just installed here. And we can see that it says manual. So if you want it to start automatically every time the PC restarts, we can just do automatic, or we can do a delayed start. So if you've got other applications and things that you want to come up first and then you want this to be delayed, then you can do that. But we're just going to select automatic, click apply, click OK. I'm going to go ahead and close this out. And so now I'm going to come down here and we are going to do a restart. And obviously that had changed everything, canceled it all. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pause the video and wait for it to boot up real quick, and then we'll be able to scan for it again. Okay, so it looks like our Windows 10 computer is back online. I'm going to do the RDP for it, and see, we're going to open this up. We're going to come down here, and it looks like we're still going. And our CODESYS control system tray, it is running. So let's go ahead and take a look. So let's scan, and oh, there it is again. And so our services did work well, and we can click OK, and we can go online. And there we are, and everything's running. If you do have any questions or concerns, please leave a comment, give a like, subscribe if you would like to. If not, that's okay too. Hopefully everybody has a great day, and thanks for watching, and peace, love, and happiness.